Why are most humans right-handed? Think about this for 1 second. You were born with two hands, same body, same size almost, same 5 fingers. But somehow your brain looked at both hands and said, this one is the main character. Why? Who selected it? Why did most humans choose the right hand? And why are left-handed people still rare, like nature's limited edition humans? This is not just a hand question. This is a hidden evolution story. Because millions of years ago, your ancestors were not sitting peacefully and thinking, which hand should I use today? No, they were trying not to die. They were climbing, escaping animals, grabbing food, breaking stones, carrying things, and surviving in a world where one small mistake could turn them into lunch. Back then, hands were not for writing exams or signing documents. Hands were survival tools. But then something huge happened. Humans started walking more on two legs. And that one change secretly changed everything. Because once legs became the main walking system, the hands became free. And free hands made humans dangerous. Not dangerous like a lion, dangerous like a curious animal with a rock. The moment hands became free, humans started picking up stones, sticks, bones, sharp objects, and probably touching things they should never touch. One ancient human looked at a stone and thought, what if I hit this stone with another stone? That sounds stupid. But that stupidity slowly became tool-making, and tool-making needed control. You cannot make a sharp tool by randomly smashing rocks like a confused baby. One hand has to hold, one hand has to strike, one hand has to adjust, one hand has to repeat the same accurate movement again and again. Now imagine one ancient human sitting near a cave. He is hungry, he is scared. He sees a dead animal bone, a stone, and a stick. He does not have a teacher. He does not have YouTube tutorial. He does not have top 5 Stone Age hacks. He just starts experimenting. He hits the stone badly. Nothing happens. He hits again. Still nothing. He hits again. Suddenly, one sharp edge appears. For us, that is just a sharp stone. For him, that is a life-changing discovery. Because now he can cut, he can scrape, he can prepare food, he can defend himself better. One tiny hand movement becomes a survival advantage. And this is where the real story begins. When a task needs accuracy, the brain does not like confusion. It starts choosing a reliable side. If one hand keeps doing the precise movement better, the brain starts trusting that hand more. Slowly, that hand becomes the leading hand. And in most humans, that leading hand became the right hand. But why the right hand? Here is the strange part. The left side of your brain controls the right side of your body. So your right hand is mainly controlled by the left side of your brain. And in many humans, the left side of the brain is strongly involved in planning, language, and fine control. So as humans became better at tools, movement, communication, and planning, the right hand may have become the common precision hand. Not because the right hand is magically better, but because the brain and body slowly organized work that way. Walking freed the hands. Tools demanded precision. The brain picked a reliable side. And in most people, that side became the right hand. But evolution alone is not the full story. Humans also copy, a lot. A child sees adults using one hand more for tools, work, food, or weapons. And the child copies. Then that child grows up. Another child copies them. Then another. Then another. Slowly, one pattern becomes normal. That is how biology and culture can work together. First, the body creates a tendency. Then society repeats it. Then everyone acts like it was always obvious. Now imagine a small ancient kid watching the adults. One person is making a tool. Another person is throwing a spear. Another person is scraping animal skin. The kid does not ask, "Excuse me, is this neurological lateralization?" No, the kid just watches and copies. That is how humans learn. We copy before we understand. Sometimes we copy useful things. Sometimes we copy stupid things. That is why humanity has both fire and comment sections. But copying made hand preference stronger. If most adults in a group used the right hand for important tasks, children saw that as normal. Then they repeated it. And after thousands of generations, right-handedness became the majority pattern. But left-handed people still exist, and they are not mistakes. They are variation. Nature does not create perfect copies. Nature keeps different versions. Most people are right-handed. Some are left-handed. Some use both hands in different ways. And that makes the story more interesting. Because if everyone moved the exact same way, humans would be too predictable. Left-handed people are like nature saying, "Let me keep one surprise option." In some situations, being different can even help. For example, in fighting or sports, if most people are used to right-handed movement, a left-handed person can feel unexpected. The angle is different. The reaction is different. The brain expects one pattern, but suddenly gets another. So left-handedness may have stayed because variation itself can sometimes be useful. Not always, not everywhere, but enough to remain part of the human story. And that is why this topic is not simple. It is not just genes. It is not just culture. It is not just the brain. It is not just tools. It is all of them mixing together like a very old human recipe. Walking on two legs gave us free hands. Free hands allowed tool use. Tool use rewarded precision. Precision encouraged one hand to lead. Brain organization favored one side in many people. Children copied adults. Culture repeated the pattern. And slowly, most humans became right-handed. But here is the weirdest thought. Your dominant hand is not just a personal habit. It may be a tiny fossil inside your behavior. Not a fossil in the ground. A fossil in the way you move. Every time you use your dominant hand, your body is quietly carrying a memory from ancient survival. The memory of standing upright. The memory of using tools. The memory of copying others. The memory of humans becoming humans. So the real answer is not, people are right-handed because right hand is better. No. The real answer is, most humans became right-handed because walking upright freed our hands. Tools made precision important. The brain started organizing one side for detailed control, and humans copied that pattern for generations. That is the crazy part. Your dominant hand is not just your hand. It is millions of years of evolution still sitting at the end of your arm. And if you are left-handed, you are not the wrong version. You are the plot twist version. Nature kept you in the story to remind everyone that humans are never perfectly predictable. So the next time you look at your hand, remember, that hand is not just a body part. It is a small clue from the time when humans stood up, freed their hands, picked up stones, made tools, copied each other, and slowly became us. That's it for this video. See you in another video with another interesting topic. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.